everyone. Welcome back to the cottage. I'm Joey, the Veiled Cottage Witch, and welcome back again to a new episode of my Celtic Tree Ogham series. We are finishing up the second branch, the branch of gaining wisdom. And today we're going to talk about the 10th tree, and that is Quert apple. I'm so excited to talk about this tree. I know I say that every time, but the apple tree is such a magical tree. I love the lore. I love everything about the apple tree, and I just can't wait to talk about it. There's so much wonderful lore about it. So this is known as Quert apple, and it's the letter Q in the Celtic tree alphabet, and it's called the Silver Bough, which we'll get to why. And it is 5 lefties. So we've got all the righties, and this is the finale of the lefties. Yes, I love it. So yeah, it's going to get interesting from here on out. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. I feel like this is the fruit that everyone loves. I mean, and even the apple blossom is a flower that kind of everyone agrees with, that smells good. The fire from the apple wood always smells good. I mean, everybody loves apples, you know. Yeah, let's find this face. Okay. Eyes, nose, mouth. You guys see it? I love how it's hidden. That's so great. So great. So the apple referred to in the Ogham is the uncultivated crab apple. And crab apples don't taste as good as regular apples by a long shot. But according to Brayan law, it was one of the 7 chieftain trees. And it refers to, Quert anyway, refers to the individual's ability to face death. And that could be physically or psychological disintegration, you know, shedding that mortal coil or shedding a mindset, right? And to gain entry into the otherworld or altered states of consciousness before returning as a fully able being with new insight. So this connects the apple with the kayak, the old veiled one, the goddess's crone, in whose hands the human soul is taken from the mortal world to return again renewed. And one of her symbols is the 5-pointed star, the pentagram, which can be seen in the apple when halved widthways and is a testimony to the apple's profound magical nature. It's baked in, you guys. I love that. So there are many characters in the old stories who often carried apple branches as symbols of their passage through the other world. And this is the silver branch featured in many myths. The branch is often bearing apples, blossoms, and leaves at the same time, in addition to silver bells. We've heard a lot of Christmas carols talking about silver bells, right? So the branch made sweet music that healed and soothed all who heard it. And sometimes it opened the way to the other world. Now, this happened in a story I told a while back of Bran the Blessed, who was summoned to the other world by a woman of the Sidhe, who held such a branch as a symbol of her position, that woman of the Sidhe. Now, apples are sacred to the Roman goddess Pomona, whose name means fruit. And Pomona oversees orchards and all fruit trees rather than the harvest itself. She was said to be a wood nymph who was tricked into marrying Vertumnus, the god of the seasons, and a festival was held in both their honor on the 13th of August. So I had never heard about Pomona and Autumnus, so I learned something new. Apples have been celebrated in myth, story, and poetry for millennia. They are one of the most common trees mentioned in fairy tales as magical and enchanted fruit and trees. Now, the witch's poison apple in the classic tale of Snow White is a big example. I love this picture. I want to make some for Halloween. I think it's great. Not real poison apples, but some that look like this. Now, apples are particularly important to northern peoples of Europe. Golden apples are common in these old tales. And it was told that when one of the people of the Sidhe appeared to invite a human to visit the land of youth and paradise, he would bring a bough of apple wood, either laden with golden fruit or silver with flowers. So that's interesting. And apples have associations with long life, wisdom, and immortality. So a Scandinavian goddess, Iduna, was associated with apples that grew on the tree of life. It was told that Iduna guarded a magical box of apples, and when the gods felt old age setting in, they had only to taste the apple's nectar to become young once more. At one time, the dark fire lord Loki assisted in abducting Iduna and stealing her box of magic apples. Shame, shame. The gods became old and were unable to conduct the lands as before, so threatened Loki to restore Iduna and her apples, which he finally did. I think this harkens to an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You know, it just helps restore that youth. Love it. Now, a line from William Shakespeare states, "When roasted crabs hiss in the bowl, then nightly sings the staring owl." It gives testament to the crabapple ripening in late fall as the lonely owl returns to its winter home. There was some superstition about apples that are still on the tree at this mysterious time of year, that were not gathered at the initial fruit harvest. It was best to leave this last bit of fruit to the pixies, and it was thought that they belonged to the land of fairy. And there are other stories here, Jack of the Green, or Jack of the Apples, or something like that, that you left it for. Now, to see an apple blossom on a tree in fruit was a death omen, usually foretelling a death in the family. If you saw that when it's out of season, check on your family, is what they're saying. Check your friends, call your peeps. Some ain't right. So, yeah. Now, apples were used in times past for divination games pertaining to matters of love, particularly around Halloween time. The game bobbing for apples comes from an old Scottish folk custom where the one to get a mouthful of the floating apple would be married within the following year. Now, from Cornwall, large red apples known as Olin apples were given to friends and family members to bring good fortune and luck in matters of love. On the eve of Ollentide, or All Hallows, the apple was placed under the pillow to bring prophetic dreams of marriage possibilities and then eaten in the morning to ensure the dream's omen. So I think that is totally doable now, yeah, just get a really large red apple. Yep. Another more widespread example of a love divination game was for a person to peel an apple, keep the peel in one piece, and to throw it over the left shoulder. The shape of the peel should foretell the initial of one's future mate. That's cool. I need the agility to not break that peel. It takes patience and agility and skill. But yeah, might take me a few apples. Now, the apple seeds were also used in divination. This is my favorite one, by the way. And those were called pips. Now, if a woman couldn't decide on a suitor, she would take the pips and name them one by one as she dropped them into the fire. So like Henry, Paul, John, Nathan, whatever. Now, whichever one popped would show the man's bursting love for her. That's what it meant, right? And give her a clue on who to best pursue. The rhyme said was, if you love me, pop and fly. If you hate me, lay and die. I absolutely love that. I think that's so cool. I got excited when I found that. That's awesome. Now, toasting and offerings to the apple trees in the winter was an excellent practice called wassailing and was often practiced in Europe on either Christmas Eve or Epiphany or Twelfth Night. The purpose of this ritual was for fertility, helping to keep the orchards productive and fruitful for the following season. Often the largest and most productive apple tree was saluted, and the offering was usually wine, apple cider, or beer with roasted apples in it, sometimes with cake in it. Everyone in the household was to be present for the rite to be successful, including pets and sick people. Everybody, the whole family had to be there for this to work. And certain words and rhymes were spoken, and the toast made to the tree. A toast was made to the tree, ensuring next year's plentiful harvest. Every Yule, I make homemade wassail. It is amazing. I don't put alcohol in it, but I always buy bourbon for somebody who wants to put alcohol in it. But it has apple cider, cranberry juice cocktail, orange juice, cloves, apples, oranges, cranberries, and anise, star anise in it. It is so good. So good. I love making wassels. Oh, wonderful. Can't wait. All right, now on to practical and magical uses. Let me grab a drink. Now, apple is a popular and kindly wood to use for a wand, and especially for healing and love spells. Now, both the fruit and the blossom are used to symbolize love, beauty, and immortality. And they're commonly used in incenses, simple perfumes, and also sometimes rolled in beeswax to make candles for love and healing spells. One such spell is to carve you and your lover's initials into an apple and bury it. Should a tree grow in that spot, your love is said to be especially blessed. That's awesome. Now, there was a tradition in Germany until 19th century to pour the water from a newborn baby's bath over the roots of an apple tree to grant the child good health, attractiveness, and fertility. Apple tree spirits are friendly and protective toward children, and it is excellent to take a troubled child to spend some time in an orchard and benefit from the gentle, soothing, unseen presence. Apple tree spirits will send the child good dreams and healing sleep. What a wonderful way to bond with your child and, get a little bit of nature therapy. I think that's awesome. Now, apples were used in Anglo-Saxon sympathetic magic, depending on their associations. A holy name would be written on the apple, which would be eaten on 3 consecutive days, that being the preferred span of time for such things. 3 is the magic number. The apple would then cure all illness in a person, physical, mental, or emotional. So I feel like that is relevant and could be used today. Crab apple was also used in the famous 9-herb charm to treat poison and infection from the 10th century. Love it. Apple wood is great for carving ogham or other sigils. The silver branch adorned with bells or flowers makes a powerful magic tool for use with tree spirits and gaining entry to the other world. It is especially good for otherworldly journeying, where it can aid clear vision and effective navigation. Love that. Now, the apple pentagram, also called the Star of Knowledge, provides an easy way to incorporate the power of the apple into magic and ritual. Simply cut an apple horizontally to reveal that 5-pointed star pattern and place both halves on your altar to represent the goddess and god, divine masculine, divine feminine, right? Or just the energy of projective and receptive. Yeah? Too easy. Now, for a full moon ritual, you could leave the apple whole, but carve a triple moon symbol into the skin as a symbol of regeneration. Now, you can use an apple in Samhain rituals as offerings to the dead to aid their progress to rebirth as well. Now, eating an apple before any type of magical practice is an aid for accessing ancient wisdom and for enhancing work with the fairy realm. Now, for a fertility spell, wash and clean some apple seeds and then make a circle with them around the base of a candle on your altar. The flower essence or apple juice or cider can be used to dress candles for raising healing energy. Love that. The color of an apple can provide a magical boost. Red for love, passion, and desire. Yellow or golden for success and opportunity. And green for abundance and prosperity. Gotta love the psychology of color. All right, and then burn a small piece of apple wood to scent the home and attract abundance. Alternatively, use the ogham on a piece of dried apple. Just notch it right in there. Beautiful. Burn it. It smells amazing. Okay, linked concepts. Remember, these are your keywords for using your ogham for magic. Shamanic or astral traveling, regeneration, death, rebirth, healing, divination, love, wisdom, immortality, and abundance. Lots of good ways to use that. All right, correspondences for apple. Element is air and water. Zodiac, Aquarius, Cancer, and Libra. Deities, Aphrodite, Apollo, Athena, Bive, the Kayak, Diana, Dionysus, Pomona, Hera, Luch, Maca, and Rhiannon. Your colors, green, silver, and soft shades. Your totems, unicorn, butterfly, elves, fairies, pixies. The grosbeak, hedgehog, pig, and serpent. Your calendar dates, June 13th to July 19th, the 9th lunation. Nope, I think it's the 10th. My bad. The 10th lunation. And that's June, July. Related species, rose, crabapple, obviously, cotton Easter, firethorn, flowering quince, cherry, plum, and pear. Pear is so similar to apple. I love pears. All right, your divination meaning. I think we're going to use the round ones this time. 5 lefties. So if you draw your apple, roots down, upright, regeneration, healing, and transformation. Get ready, right? And roots up, reversed, take time to rest, regenerate your strength, and seek wisdom. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. So that was Quert Apple. We learned so much. I hope you did too. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss our next episode. That is going to be heading into the branch of introspection, and we'll be starting with Moon Vine. So excited about that. We're going to talk about the blackberry. My favorite. All right. So please visit my website at theveiledcottagewitch.com, where you can book a reading, book a class, book a service, book a workshop. You can also shop my online store where I have holistic healing products and ritual and spell aids. But don't forget at checkout to enter the code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That's my gift from me to you just for watching this video. If you'd like to financially support this channel, give me a little tip. You can do so down in the description box. There are 3 ways to do that, but no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.